What is going on, Movie Meals? It's almost the new year. I hope you all had a great Christmas break. I know we did, and saw a lot of movies.
Yeah,
well,
we saw a couple.
I saw more than you did.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
With where we live, we don't get a lot of the Oscar movies, but luckily my theater got a couple of them, and the one he stayed at did not.
Yeah, they were very unkind.
But what we did see is Call Me By Your Name, big Oscar contender, big heavyweight movie we've been hearing about. We've been looking forward to it. So let's just get into our positives, negatives, non-spoiler review of this movie. And I'm going to start, and I found this movie underwhelming.
No.
I really did. I felt...
So many people, how dare you?
This is an Oscar contender! Yeah, I know, I get it.
But it's an Oscar movie.
If it's gonna get Oscar buzz, and I am excited for that. I'm a huge fan of Armie Hammer, so if he gets any award recognition for Best Supporting Actor or something, I would love that.
Actress? Sorry.
I said actor.
Oh, I thought I was actress. Sorry.
Anyway, I found it... Well, I said underwhelming, but let's talk the positives first. So the positives, I thought the movie... I'm thinking of my positives. I thought the performance was really good. I thought Armie Hammer delivered a really great performance. I thought the main kid, who was also in Lady Bird,
Timothée Chalamet,
did a very good job. I thought all the performance was really well for it to organically be okay. Like, it's hard for a movie sometimes to switch from languages, but they spoke Italian, French, and English in the movie. So, but sometimes movies, when they just jump around, it's kind of jarring all of a sudden. It's like, we're speaking a different... But this flowed very well. I mean, it takes place in Italy, so it flowed very, very well. The performance is really great. I loved some of the scenes that are together. There's a scene at the end between the main character, the son, and the dad that I absolutely loved.
Michael Stuhlbarg,
I loved that scene so much towards the very end of the film with them just talking. There's scenes between a girl and the main character I like very much, and then I did enjoy the chemistry between Armie Hammer and the main kid. I thought they had a very good chemistry for what the script gave them. But those are my positives. It's a performance-driven film.
Yeah, I think the biggest takeaway for me was the performances. Now, I don't know if they should be considered Oscar-worthy performances. I still have a lot more to see, so I'm not quite sure. But like Alex, I do love Armie Hammer. I've been really digging Timothée Chalamet, especially since I last saw him in Lady Bird. I was excited to see him in this. And I think individually, everyone's performances were very good for what they had to do. I thought they gave a lot of great dialogue between each other to show who these characters are, what type of people that they can be. And I think that since this is a very character-driven movie, is that the biggest takeaway from that is that they succeeded in that aspect. And it is beautifully shot, I have to say, as well. Like, there were some good
great
scenes.
So my negatives, guys, I found the film underwhelming. That scene, I'm going to start with this because this is the biggest thing that hit me. The scene at the end I really loved. There's a conversation between the dad and the son that kind of sums up the whole movie, and it kind of sheds some light. He admits to, that without spoilers, the dad says, I understand everything that's happened throughout the whole movie, and it really hit me hard. And I hated that wasn't the end of the film. It's not the end of the film. There's another 5-10 minutes of the movie, and that scene is fine. But to me, and I get what they were going for at the end of the film, again without spoilers, but I get what they go for, but it doesn't hit as hard to me. It feels like, we just got to remind everyone that he's sad. And there are moments that happened where I compare it to Moonlight, where they tell very similar stories, clearly different, but similar themes. And Moonlight is so organic and it's so relatable, even if you're, it's got relatable moments, even if you're not, gay or poor. But there's so many moments where you're like, no, I relate to this, I relate to that. And in this, there are moments like that where it's like, it starts to become organic and it starts to evolve, and you're like, okay, I'm with you, I understand. And then all of a sudden, it's like they take a frying pan and whack you, and it's like, don't forget he's gay, like that. And that's not a spoiler because it's in the trailer. It's alluded to in the trailer.
I was about to say, what scene was that?
No, I think there are a good few moments where it's like, don't forget. Like, there are very subtle moments, and to be honest, the kid gave a great performance, and I liked him a lot with the connection between Armie Hammer when they actually had their scenes. But there's not a lot of build-up to them. You also don't really feel for the kid. He doesn't really have anything sad about him. He's all of a sudden he's just smoking, and he's like, yeah, I think I hate this new guy. And then all of a sudden he's like, yeah, but I'm doing this with her, I'm doing this with him, man, my life's great. Like,
I'm in Italy.
There was never a moment I truly, like,
felt for his...
To me, when the end of the movie hits and it's supposed to hit emotionally and you're supposed to feel for him, I didn't feel very bad for him because I was like, you haven't really shown any real struggle this whole movie. You seem like you got a pretty dang good life and you're upset about something that happened when you're 17. So to me, that didn't hit as well. And to me, that's in the script. I don't know if the script was written really well for him. I don't think the performance was bad, but I think it was the script. And there were a few shots, direction choices, where it was like, they were so clearly like reminding you that it's forbidden to be gay. It's not okay to be gay. Don't forget it's bad to be gay. There were so many moments of that to me. And the director had so many just long shots on nature. And the movie could have been shaved a little bit and cut down and not be so long, because at moments it gets kind of boring because you're like,
a lot of scenes could have been chopped
You're not. I mean, guys, the review will also be up shortly after this. Darkest Hour is a movie I've seen, and it's a long movie, but something about that is you're so connected to the character, you want to keep seeing more. Whereas this, you don't.
Yeah.
Like you're like, I'll check my phone. Well, not in the theater. We did not watch it in the theater. We watched it at home, but in a theater, don't get on your phone during a theater. Crazies. All right, but those were my biggest problems. I had issues connecting to him, and it's not the performance's fault. To me, it was the script.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that as well. I was having a hard time rooting for some of these characters. There was at times where they just did not feel likable to me, or there just wasn't anything that was really drawing me into really wanting to root for them at all. And I do say, while this is a character piece and a lot of their performances do help evolve their characters individually, I did feel like the chemistry, especially between Armie Hammer and Timothée Chalamet, just did not work at times. Like during the movie, I just felt having a hard time trying to see where their chemistry was, or like where their romance was starting to bud. And then as the movie keeps progressing and you see when it really starts to happen, I'm just like, that feels way too sudden. There's no really constant flow to help with this chemistry, and I feel like the performances when they're together doesn't really do their romance justice. So I felt pretty disappointed by that, because that's the general point of the movie.
When they were just alone together and you forget all about the non-build-up and you just see that, to me it was good chemistry. To me, they clearly were performing well enough where I was like, I would believe. But they're just, those scenes are in not a great film to set those up. So when you forget that everything else happens and it's just the two of them in bed or doing something, you're like, okay, now I'm with you. Right. Now I get you. But build off it. And then the next scene, it completely eliminates any build-up they had to do. Yeah. Anyway, sorry to interrupt.
No, don't worry about it. So I just felt like the flow of this movie, not only did it not help the chemistry between the two, which was the general point of the movie to me, but it also made the movie at times seem really long and seem really slow. And granted, this is supposed to be a slow movie, so that way we can develop the chemistry and the romance between these two. But if that's not happening, then you just have a slow movie that people will get bored of, I think.
To me, it's an Oscar movie gone bad, because it's the classic film kid to me movie. It's the movie where it's like, oh, you didn't understand the themes. To me, I saw Mother this year. Mother was very similar to me. It's like, oh, you just didn't understand it. No, I do understand the movie. I get what they're doing, but it didn't execute very well for me. Yeah. And so it's where you see something like The Darkest Hour, which I've now seen, a long, drawn-out Oscar movie. It screams, give me award attention. Yeah. But it doesn't scream like I'm better than you. It doesn't feel pretentious, and at times this feels a little pretentious. It's trying to be like, no, we're smarter than the rest of you. And it's like, no. Like a movie like Logan. That's why I love Logan so much, because Logan gives you that indie feel, that intense, dark, gritty feel that these movies, these Oscar movies are supposed to give, whereas Call Me By Your Name didn't hit. To me, it was trying to be Moonlight from last year, and it missed. Yeah. But it's not a bad film. I am glad I saw it. I don't know if I'd watch it again, but I am glad I saw it. So to me, my rating, I'm gonna be a little kind. I'm gonna give this 7 out of 10. But I'm leaning towards 6.5, to be honest. I don't... It's going to get award recognition. I would honestly be upset if it wins Best Picture. I've seen other movies that are better. And I would be upset if it will be nominated, because it is too, like, this is an Oscar movie. And so it will be nominated, but... And some of the performances, I don't know if I'd want them to win, but I'm okay with the nomination. But we'll see. It's getting Oscar season, guys. So
it's a crowded year for the awards, that's for sure.
It's a blockbuster year, though, man. These blockbusters have hit differently than other years.
That's true.
Logan, Get Out. I mean, Get Out's not a blockbuster.
I'd be totally
Get Out is
okay
a
if I'd be
bigger
totally okay
budget.
if some of those took over Call Me by Your Name spot.
I would as well. Get Out, Split even. Like, they're not
Yeah.
blockbusters. They're not $100 million movies, but they're bigger in budget. They're bigger in story, but yet small in story.
Yeah,
That's what I love.
still
Sorry,
work.
what's your rating?
Yeah, I'm gonna be mean. Not that mean.
Under 5. Under 5.
No, it's not under 5. It
Get
will
the comments
be.
ready. Get the comments ready. Under 5. Get the comments ready. Most
I'm going
of them
up. I'm
will be
going-
from me.
I will be a little higher than 5 and give it a 6 out of 10. Like, honestly, I know like a lot of people love this movie. Maybe I'm just missing what everyone else is seeing. That could totally be it. But for me personally, I just feel like this movie did not do what the entire point was supposed to do. And besides all the performances that were pretty solid, I just feel like nothing else about it was that great. So 6 out of 10.
That's
for an
interesting because we
Oscar-worthy
saw
movie.
it. We saw it apart, but we weren't in the same room. So this is the first time I'm hearing your real thoughts.
Yeah.
And I really thought when I saw the movie, I was like, this is gonna be every year because you were the guy who's always like, man, I can't wait for this Oscar. You're always more heavy to that while I'm just sitting there like Star Wars. So I was really prepared. I was ready to be like, he's gonna give it like an 8 or 9 out of 10, and we're gonna have a big disagreement. And it didn't happen.
I thought that of you. I thought you were gonna really like this.
No!
Movies, am I
I'm
right?
clearly too nice. We're just clearly too similar is the real problem.
Yeah.
All right, guys, what did you
Yeah.
think of Call Me By Your Name? Go check it out if you haven't seen it.
Give it a chance because your opinion could be
Yeah,
different than
everybody's
ours.
opinions is different. Comment below if you hated our opinions, if you loved them. Share the video around. We're going to have this, a couple more Oscar movies up, and then in the next few days, we're a little behind because we see movies so late and we're trying to get a few
We're in the middle
more.
of nowhere, so sue us.
We're trying to get a little bit more, we're not popular, so we don't get sent screeners like everyone else. But we're trying to see a couple more of the Oscar movies that come out in 2017 that might contend for our top movies. But in the next 4 or 5 days, a couple days after the new year, we're going to release it even if we haven't seen. Because there's a few we haven't seen. The Disaster Artist, Shape of Water, The Post hasn't hit here yet. I, Tonya. So Florida Project.
I'm looking forward to the Florida Project. So I do want to.
So there's a few more we're trying to see. But if we can't see them, we're just going to scrap it because we've seen 50-something movies this year, so we got plenty to talk about.
We can easily make top 10.
I already know what most of my tops are anyway, so, but that will be coming out soon if you're waiting, but just keep waiting with us, guys, and, thanks for watching, Mom.
See you guys.